What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode 22?
Way
23. It is episode 23. And the Golden State Warriors are NBA champions. No other way to say it. Golden State Warriors, they did it. Fourth ring in, I think it's 8 years for Steph. I think they won their first 2015. Might be 7. I think my math's off there, but still, regardless, Steph's doing things right now. We're going to get into that later. But yeah, shout out to Steph Curry. Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Iguodala now have 4 rings tied with LeBron James. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the episode. Quick shout out, little special Father's Day episode. I have a quick little list of dads, special dads in sports that I want to give a personal shout out to. These are just some guys who kind of exemplify, go above and beyond, really embody what it means to be a dad, and they're figures of the sports world. So I think it's fitting for it to be Father's Day to just bring these guys up, give them a little shout out as a father, not as an athlete. So first we have John Brown, and not the NFL player, the father of Amon-Ra, Equanimeous, and Osiris St. Brown. Now, first things first, this guy was a bodybuilder. So, I mean, obviously an animal. I'm not sure if you've seen, but as a UFC fan, I've seen pictures of Amon-Ra like lifting as like a 6-year-old, and he's jacked with a 6-pack. Like, so first, shout out this guy for getting Amon-Ra on the TB12 diet early on. So that's first shout out. Second shout out, what a list of names. Okay. Amon-Ra, Equanimeous, and Osiris. Okay, great names. All right, like I guess that's like a little Egyptian influence. Osiris and Amon-Ra, yeah. It's got to be, right.
Well, no, I think
Equanimeous. I'm not sure.
But Amon-Ra,
the Ra's got to be some Egyptian thing. And Osiris, that sounds.
Ra is son. I think the sun god, and Osiris.
So yeah, Amon-Ra, sun god, on the Lions. Too bad Jared Goff's his quarterback, or else he like could be the sun god. But also like low key, dude, the Lions passing core, Amon-Ra. I forgot they got Chark and J-Mo and TJ Hawk and Swift. If they had Bryce Young, they'd be discussing. Too bad they have Jared Goff.
Next year.
Yeah, that may be tank, because literally that offense is a quarterback away from arguably being top 10 weapon wise, and their O-line's good. Okay. Do the Lions actually have potential? Could they actually turn the franchise around here? Is Dan Campbell cooking up something that we have not like?
I love Dan Campbell, but also the Lions couldn't even do anything with Megatron or Barry Sanders.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just, but okay. Anyway, yeah. So shout out John Brown. That was my first one. Wow, went on a bit of a tangent there. Okay, my second. That was my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention: Tom Brady, kid kisser. Great dad, great husband, great role model, great father figure of the house. You know, he does it right. You know, so I just want to give Tom Brady. I'm not going to give him too much of a shout out, but that's what I got. Okay, real quick. Tell me what your honorable mention is. If it's one of mine, then I'll tell you. But just tell me what it is. Who do you got?
I have two honorable mentions.
Yeah. I want to hear. I have a list of 3 that I have detailed, in-depth analysis about. But tell me what you got.
Honorable mention to both Eli Manning and Nick Foles, their son Tom Brady, phenomenal quarterback in the NFL. Shout out, put in the hard work.
Didn't have that, but that's great. I'll take that one. I will. That's a good one. Okay. The first dad I want to give a special shout out to is LeVar Ball. And in a completely serious note, from like, this is like an actual legit shout out. The next 2 are jokes, but this is legit shout out. LeVar Ball, literally, he said all of his boys, all my boys going to be in the NBA or whatever. I can't do a LeVar Ball voice. He said all of his sons are going to be in the NBA, and they actually are. The only kid who isn't is the one who screwed himself over. I mean,
to be fair, he was on the Lakers for like 5 minutes, but
yeah, but I mean, no. But I mean, what I want to say is, it's just like, LeVar for talking like all that smack and everything. Like it actually like worked. Like I thought he was arguably like, I was like, why is he pulling LaMelo out of high school? Like, why is he not letting him go to, he was going to go to USC, by the way. Like, why is he not letting him go to college? And I thought he was like ruining his life, but no, look at LaMelo. I mean, look at him now, you know, it works. So shout LeVar Ball. That's my first shout out. My second shout out, not really a joke, but this is just a shout out in terms of the best father in terms of production. And I'm talking child output. This father award goes to Archie Manning for producing Peyton and Eli. Okay. And so two of his three, one of his son, arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and then his second son beat Tom Brady twice, has one finals MVP. Does he have one? Does he have a finals MVP?
I think so. And it's
regardless. And the last son, the oldest, produced Arch Manning, who's the #1 quarterback in the class 2023. So he even gets a grandfather award because his son produced a great son. And you know, that's just a sign of a great dad, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if this was going to be your last one, but I do have one more.
Definitely not going to be my last one. Definitely not, but sure.
Shout out to Phillip Rivers for having literally 10 kids. I don't know how that was possible. I don't know how he deals with it on a daily basis, but that is impressive.
Yeah, shout out Phillip. Yeah, just pumping them out like nothing. All right. And this is my final special dad honorable mention. A special warm and welcome Father's Day to PJ Washington for getting screwed over and having to pay insane amounts of child support every year for screwing that Instagram model, Brittany Renner, whatever her name is. That guy needs a second contract more than anybody else in the NBA. So tip of the cap to you, PJ. We're praying for you, brother.
Yeah.
You're aware of PJ Washington, right? He has to pay $200K a year in child support for the next 18 years. Now, I don't know what 1-year-old needs $200K, but
dude, there's no that kid's getting some like bougie like pajamas and snacks and stuff.
I think 200K times 18 is, so 200 times 10 is 2 million. 4 million, my 3.6 mil.
There you go.
3.6 mil.
Waterboy
3.6 mil. That's absurd. That's crazy. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what you get. I mean, yeah. So shout out PJ. That's what I got. But all right, we could dive into the NBA finals now. Okay.
Yeah. So
Golden State Warriors are NBA champions. Real quick, I think before we get to Steph and everything, because we're gonna have a lot to say about that. Let's start with the Celtics first. Okay, let's start with the Boston Celtics first. Okay.
All right.
So, what do you think about Jayson Tatum? Well, what are your thoughts on Tatum? In terms of, you know, I was bringing up his second half numbers last time, how horrible they were. What do you think about Tatum?
What I'll say first, and I know when you make this a TikTok clip, this is going to get scrapped because apparently we just like having me say the most nonsensical stuff. When we put stuff on TikTok and we cut out where I say the sensical bit. But Jayson Tatum was just trying way too hard to play in the finals, do well in the finals. Because he was trying too hard, he played really poorly. With that said, you said it last week. I'm going to say it this week. Jayson Tatum sucks. Not a top 15 player. You cannot have your team be in the finals, be considered a top player, and not be able to play the best as the best player on your team. Jaylen Brown's playing better than you. Al Horford's playing. Al Horford should not be averaging or having a higher point total than you in the most important game of the entire series. Like that's horrendous. And on top of that, you dropped 2 points in the entire second half. It was either the fourth quarter or the entire second half. Like, that's just horrendous. In my mind, especially after this series, Jaylen Brown is the most clutch player on that team. He possibly could be the argument to be the best player on that team right now.
Okay, so I'll get to Jaylen Brown. Well, I'll start with Jaylen Brown. So I kept saying throughout the series, why not give Jaylen Brown the ball more? This man deserves to get the ball more. And, you know, I kind of just came to the realization the other day, this dude can't dribble and he cannot like create shots for his teammates or anything. Jaylen Brown Now I know he had 31 points in the game 6, but throughout this series, he kind of showed me like why Tatum's the number 1 and why Jaylen Brown's the firm 2. Yeah, Jaylen Brown just can't dribble. Like he can't initiate an offense. Like he is a secondary scorer, at least now in his career. Jayson Tatum, in my opinion, is firmly better than Jaylen Brown. But I'll get to Tatum right now. So Tatum isn't quite ready for the big stage yet. He isn't quite ready to carry a team to a championship. But here's another thing I'm going to say. In my opinion, to win a championship in the NBA, you need like a top 5 player in the NBA at the time to win. So the Warriors had this year Steph. Last year was Giannis. When the Lakers won, they arguably had 2 in LeBron and AD. 2019, Kawhi. 2018, 2017, Kevin Durant and Steph. 2016, LeBron. 2015, Steph. You kind of need like a top 5. 2014 Spurs might have been the last time there wasn't. They had like 3 players in the 5 to 20 range maybe, but no top 5 players, but they were stacked as a team. But you kind of need a top 5 player to win. And Tatum isn't quite there yet. And like he wasn't enough down the stretch. The Celtics just didn't have that scoring output. And like Jayson Tatum just couldn't quite get them over the ledge. But I'm going to be honest, he's only like 24 years old. He is still young. And like, I'm actually being serious here. Like he will get better. He will improve. Like the fact that the Celtics even made it this far is very impressive. Like no one thought the Celtics were going to make it to the NBA finals this year.
Rookie head coach, young team.
First year head coach, all this stuff. Like nobody would have thought that.
I think that also goes to show you that Brad Stevens low key just kind of sucked as a coach.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say he couldn't quite get his players to that next level. Like I think Brad Stevens even could admit like, yeah, he knows the X's and O's, but like I think he was saying like I'm not necessarily the greatest like motivator, like the greatest like role model figure. And like sometimes the NBA you need a guy where just the dudes just rally around and will just like play for and just like, or a coach that'll just get his guys pumped up. And he's like, he just couldn't really get Tatum and Brown to that next level. And Ime Udoka, I think that's his name, like he did. Like, he did get that out of them. But one thing I want to say, so I was saying all the time, Tatum isn't top 15 currently in the league. I'm just going to draw back on my words there. He is without a doubt top 10 right now after this season in the NBA, without a doubt. And this is my list, okay? I'll say it right here. I got Giannis 1, LeBron 2, and I'm obviously very, very biased, but I think LeBron's just a god. Jokic 3, Luka 4, Steph 5, KD 6, Embiid 7, Kawhi 8, Tatum 9. I'm trying to think of a 10th where after last season is a top 10 player. Before you put up your hands and try to act like I'm crazy right now, name a player. Give me another name right now who after last season, we're talking last season, current top 10 player in the NBA after last season. Give me a name and I will laugh in your face. If you tell me Kyrie, I'm about to say 4-0 sweep. Okay. So give me it. Who? Tell me who. After last season, we're talking after last season. Give me a name. Who? And I put KD. Tatum just beat him.
It wasn't just Tatum that beat him. It was his entire team.
But he just beat him after last season.
But I mean, the different. LeBron didn't make the finals, and you're putting him above Tatum.
Well, it's LeBron James.
Steph beat Luka, and you put Luka above Steph.
I'm just saying, you
can't make that argument.
If Jimmy Butler's on the Celtics, I honestly don't know. I think Jayson Tatum, the way he fits with that team chem-wise and everything, Jayson Tatum can shoot a 3. Can Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler's clutch. It's with the Heat. And don't tell me Jimmy Butler doesn't have help, because I mean, his team's stacked and they just happen to be ass.
The other week that Jimmy Butler didn't have help.
I'm just saying, but it's just like that team's also stacked.
Oh my God.
Tatum did propel them. I'm just saying, I'm going back. I'm saying I'm changing my argument. I'm saying
you're telling me that the Miami
dude, but Jayson Tatum, I'm saying my argument last week sucked, dude. It made no sense.
No,
Jayson Tatum is definitely
no,
better than Jimmy Butler right now. 100%.
I'm not talking about the Celtics. I'm talking about you're stating that the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler has help on the same level that Jayson Tatum does on the Celtics. That's what you're saying.
Scoring wise, he doesn't have a Jaylen Brown, but
so that's what I'm saying.
Also, isn't even that good. Like
there's no other scoring option that helps him. There's no other scoring option that helps him. Jimmy Butler is a better overall player for his team than Jayson Tatum is, because if Jimmy Butler doesn't play well,
dude, Jayson Tatum just went to the NBA Finals. Like, he's obviously better than Jimmy. Dude, Jayson Tatum's obviously better.
Okay, and Steph.
I even put Kawhi up there, and like, I would even say Tatum's better than Kawhi. Now that I look back,
Kawhi didn't play this entire
just because Kawhi doesn't play. That's why.
Dude, you can't make the argument that Tatum is better than Jimmy because Tatum made it to the finals, and then put Curry, who just won his first finals MVP, behind Luka, who he beat to go to the finals.
I'm just,
that's a hypocritical argument.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. You're stating the only reason that Jayson Tatum is better than Jimmy Butler on the list is because he beat Jimmy Butler to go to the finals, and he went to the finals. Then you're saying that Steph is behind Luka. Luka is better than Steph. And if you're making the argument that
Luka is Luka. There's a difference between the gap between Luka and Steph and Jayson. Okay, if the Warrior, I guarantee you right now, fam, Luka, dude. Actually, I'm not even sure what the difference between Luka and Steph would be on the Warriors. Actually, no, I'd rather have Steph. Okay, Steph above Luka. Luka's still 5.
Okay, but still, like,
I have Jokic 3. You're not complaining. I mean,
no, I'm not complaining about Jokic because Jokic is actually a good player.
I mean, Giannis, in my opinion.
Did you put
I'm just
on that list? Is Embiid in top 10?
He's at 7.
Okay. Bradley Beal.
Okay, stop. Last week I was talking out my ass of Bradley Beal. But I think Bradley Beal's a baller. I was just trying to throw it in there for fun. Bradley Beal's not top 10 in the NBA.
I'll accept Jayson Tatum.
I'm going to put Tatum over Jimmy Butler.
I'll accept.
It's just going to the finals, dude. That's different.
I'll accept Jayson Tatum.
And setting those records and shit, like, in my opinion, this dude just got gassed. You could tell at the end. And I'm just saying also, I will not accept that excuse though, because I've never heard that excuse ever for any other NBA player. But it's like for Jayson Tatum, that dude like actually legitimately died, and I was kind of just like, this dude's got to go do his cardio or something.
Hold on.
I'm not trying to defend him here. I'm just saying like this dude was visibly gassed, and it's like this dude does need to run some laps, and he will be better.
You're saying the way that he made it seem is that you've never heard like you made it seem like he was full out carrying his team, like he was all gassed because he was doing all the work for his team, which I was about to refute.
He was carrying the Celtics, though. That is true.
Jimmy Butler in the finals against the Lakers, I guess it was the bubble, but still, do you remember the photo of him where he played the entire game by himself and he's going like this, like over the side because he tried his ass off to get them to win the finals? And on top of that,
I'm aware.
In the last game versus the Celtics
2 years ago, dude.
Even against the Celtics in the final game, Jimmy played every single minute of that game.
I'm just saying, dude, Jayson Tatum is just a better scorer than Jimmy Butler. I know Jimmy Butler put up more points, but
just being
you cannot argue that
they're a better player.
I mean, he's a better offensive facilitator, playmaker. That is kind of what we're talking about when we're talking about the NBA, because it's an offensive league.
We're talking about overall better player.
Yeah, and because Jayson Tatum is that much better, 13 assists game 1, dude. Dude. I mean, I know they just lost. I've been bagging on him the whole time, but I'm going to give dude, 13 assists, game 1, 25. He had like 25 points, 30 assists. He wasn't even shooting well. So had 20, like he consistently got dribble penetration, consistently set up his teammates for open look. Now it doesn't matter if his teammates make the shot or not, but hey, he's setting them up. And it's just like, dude, Jayson Tatum, I'm going to give him that respect after that. I'm going to. Jayson Tatum is without a doubt top 10. I'm going to put him above Jimmy Butler after that.
Top 15, not top 10.
I mean, before this argument started, you said Jayson Tatum is without a doubt not a top 15 player. Now I've convinced you to saying He is like at like 12. That's what I've convinced you. But okay.
Like 12.
My question is, if you don't have Tatum top 10, you give me 10 players better than him.
Okay, let me go off the top of my head here. I don't have the full list.
I mean, it's just after last season. Like, please give me some. Like, please.
Okay. Let's see.
There are some players when healthy I would rather have, but like you can't say Anthony Davis after last season. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have Anthony Davis than Jayson Tatum. 1000%. But you can't say that after last year.
Okay,
that's what I mean.
I'm gonna do because I don't have like the direct top like in complete order like off the top.
That's okay, but I'm just saying there's some obvious ones like Giannis, LeBron, Jokic, Lucas, Steph, KD. I'll give you that. Everything else up for debate, in my opinion.
Let me just write like.
Actually, we'll come back to this later because this will just take too much time. We'll come back to this later. Right, no. I'm gonna let you think about this. We're gonna start talking about some other stuff, and then I'll let you come back to this. Because I got some other things to say, but I'll let you actually think this through. Okay. One thing I want to say, let's talk a little NBA offseason. Because low-key the best.
I got some stuff for the finals still though.
No, I know. This is related to the offseason too.
Okay.
Or this related to the finals. I'm talking about both teams, what they should do or what they could possibly do. Okay. In terms of the NBA offseason, we know there's crazy moves every summer. Teams, you got to rebuild. You got to keep improving. You can't just stay static in the NBA. You got to add pieces. You got to make changes. So, and I get it. The Celtics just made it to the finals. We can argue they're ahead of schedule. Their team is young. They probably shouldn't even be here yet, but they are. But let's look back at the Phoenix Suns from last year and the moves that they did. So I'm pretty sure the Phoenix Suns, the only thing they really changed going into after losing the NBA Finals, the only thing they did was get rid of PJ Tucker. And now DeAndre Ayton wants out and doesn't want to play for the Suns anymore. And so that's another piece that they're about to lose. But the Phoenix Suns, I literally think they just got rid of PJ Tucker. I can't really think of anything else. Did they add Shamet? Was that before or after? I don't know. Anyway, regardless, no like crazy major moves, but getting rid of PJ Tucker is like a big key move. And then they just got bounced by Luka round 2. And I'm saying Luka gets credit in my book because he bounced the Suns with literally no help. Like Maxi Kleber, Jalen Brunson, like is Tim Hardaway still on the team?
No, he's on the. Oh no, yeah, he is.
That's why I put Luka over Steph because he did that. Like Luka's low-key been kind of eating in the playoffs already, and he's like actually like in year 4 in the NBA. And Tatum's like year 5. And I put Luka ahead of Tatum. Like definitely that dude on offense. I mean, Luka's Luka. But anyway, my point is, in my opinion, the Celtics got to make some move. I don't know what it is, but the thing is for me, like, the Celtics, they just needed like a third scorer that can like create his own shot because Jaylen Brown could not create his own shot. Tatum was just gassed by the end. We already went over that. Tatum needs help. He needs another guy who can create his own shot off the dribble. And it's like I'm not saying this would be the answer, but if they had a guy like Jordan Poole or something who could create his own shot off the dribble, that would have just helped them. I'm not saying they would have beat the Warriors, but it's like, they just need a true third scoring option that can really create their own shot and make their own shot when Tatum and Jaylen Brown aren't getting buckets down the stretch. Cause that's what hurt the Celtics. Like they just couldn't score down the stretch. And it's like, you're obviously not going to win games when you can't score late in the game, you know? And I think that's what they need. Just another score. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know who a third scorer could be that can create their own shot, but Jaylen Brown and Tatum, they need one, like they're great defensively, but it's like they need one more guy on offense that can just put them over the edge and get them points when they need it. And like sometimes it was Horford. Sometimes like Derek White for one game was that. And then we saw the real Derek White who cannot do anything. But yeah, they just need another guy who can consistently create his own shot, in my opinion. Okay, now let's look at the Warriors, okay? They just won their ship. And when I look at the Bucks, All right. People can argue Middleton was healthy. That's why they lost to the Celtics, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. The Bucks, I don't know. Would they have beaten the Celtics if Middleton was healthy? Probably.
Yes,
so,
100%.
And they would probably be in the NBA Finals. Most likely would have beat the Heat, and it would have been Warriors, Bucks, most likely with Middleton. I mean, shit, I might even say it like Bucks might have won that.
It would have been close.
I think the Bucks arguably would have beat the Warriors if they had full healthy team. But anyway, that's not the point. I don't know if the Warriors have to add another piece. Is what I'm saying. The Bucks didn't need to. The Bucks got screwed over with Middleton being hurt. I'm not sure if the Warriors need to add another piece. Maybe just re-sign everyone. That's enough. I mean, we saw what Wiggins was doing. I mean, and if you were telling me Andrew Wiggins was going to propel the Warriors over the edge, I would have thought you were crazy. But okay, real quick, what a year for Wiggins. Okay. First time All-Star, people forget, and people were pissed that he was an All-Star. And then he just won his first ring. So, I mean, what a year for Wiggins. That dude's about to get a bag, whether it be from the Warriors or not. Well, he's going to get another, dude.
He's under contract for like a couple more years. I'm pretty sure the Wolves gave him a max.
Let me peep. Like, I'm very curious.
I think he's already made
that dude, Andrew Wiggins. He signed a 5-year, $150 million contract with the Wolves.
Yeah.
And he's still on that deal. Oh, nope. He is now an unrestricted free agent after last season. So he's about to get a bag. Wait. No. He has one more year left on his deal, and then he's not going to get a max from the Warriors. They're not going to.
No, not from the Warriors. But
you can only get a max with the team you resign. So he'll get like a maximum contract for that team, but not the maximum from what he could get.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a couple little things, just statistical kind of fun things from the finals that I think that you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
So first things first, like I said, Tatum had 2 second half points and 5 turnovers in the last game. Just saying. Simple point. Other than that, though, Steph is the first player ever to average 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 threes in a final series ever.
Oh, crazy.
That's really impressive.
Yeah. No. We haven't even gotten to Steph yet, but
also just funny facts. Every single year that Kendrick Lamar has dropped an album, the Warriors have won.
So
the finals.
I mean, yeah.
So next year, Kendrick Lamar is dropping an album. Bet the Warriors.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah, that's what it means. You're right.
Tom Brady has won 33% of the last 21 Super Bowls, which in itself is nuts. 33% of the last 21 Super Bowls Tom Brady's won. Steve Kerr has won 33% of the last 27 NBA Finals.
Yeah. I think he now has 9. 5 as a player, 4 as a coach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's GOAT numbies out of Steve Kerr. That's GOAT numbies.
So here's my thing. This is my clip. Get ready to clip this.
Okay.
In comparison to what you were talking about with Gareth Bale, that got you absolutely torched on TikTok.
I'm standing by that thing.
I respect that.
James played 7 games last year. People took that out of context. I didn't include the context.
Gotta do better.
But it's okay. It's okay. Got more people around.
There's this picture of James Wiseman going around on the internet where he's like hugging the trophy, almost like Kobe Bryant.
Is it like the Kuzma picture?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Kuz picture. And he's like looking like all sad, like tears, like the champagne goggles around him, like he's looking at the ground, like hugging trophy. James Wiseman is the perfect example of a kid in a group project who does absolutely nothing and still gets the A.
Yeah.
James Wiseman did jack this entire year, and he got an NBA Finals ring from it.
Yeah,
probably a bonus too.
James Wiseman Moses Moody, Kuminga, they are all NBA champions.
But
Damian Lee is an NBA champion.
James Wiseman was what, the number 3 overall pick 2-3 years ago?
Pretty sure he went number 2.
Yeah, he did go number 2. He's right behind the
Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
So what? But like the fact that one, he didn't play at all. He's finally got the ring. Compares like
that's how scary the Warriors are. They didn't even have the number 2.
James Wiseman
didn't even have the number 2 pick playing. That's crazy. Like what? Like, dude, yeah. I mean, that's once again, shout out Bob Myers, the Warriors GM. That guy's literally playing 2K right now. He's playing 2K My GM mode or whatever it's called. Like he's literally just having fun. Like it's absurd. You just gotta love that. Like real quick for Steph, like he's like, I heard some people saying like, oh, how could you hate Steph in 2015, 2016, 2017, you could hate Steph. That guy was annoying as hell. He'd be shimmying after every shot. He was annoying. Okay. He was. But now it's like, you can't really, it's kind of just hilarious. The attention he gets. He's getting double teamed in the corner by getting trapped by Grant Williams, Robert Williams, and he's still pulling up over them and just wetting it in their face. Like just the attention Steph gets on the court. That's just crazy in my opinion. But yeah, I want to say right now, my top 10 all-time list, Steph Curry is without a doubt in my top 10 list. I have him at a firm 10 though. Firm 10. And so the reason he is even in, like, the people I'm about to list have multiple finals MVPs, multiple rings, many MVPs and stuff. You know, these guys, what's the term? Statistically are just, Steph's not even in their category. One thing, I'm going to be honest. One thing, and also all these guys have changed the NBA in different ways, in their own ways, similar to what Steph has done. But that's why I have Steph in there, because he has changed the NBA. So
one thing I'd just like to add real quick though, in comparison for Steph's legacy, you know, the one thing that Steph still doesn't have?
What?
An Olympic gold medal.
Oh, that actually, now he can't be considered even top 30, dude. Melo's over Steph now. Carmelo Anthony, the Olympic god, and Charles Barkley. Apparently Charles Barkley was just the best player on the Dream Team, statistically, which is hilarious. Statistically, like, average the most points for the Dream Team. But okay, this is my list all time. Michael Jordan won, even though we're going legacy.
Look,
everything.
What I will say about that,
when it comes to player, I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time, but you cannot touch 6-0 in the finals and 6 finals MVPs. That is the greatest stat line of all time. You cannot touch that. And so that's why Jordan is 1. You can't touch that. You cannot touch that. And 2 3-peats. That's absurd. The dude retired for 2 seasons because he was gambling and he had to retire, was forced to retire. And then he came back and 3-peated again. Okay. That is GOAT stuff. Okay. And that's why I'll give it. Yeah. MJ's the GOAT. Okay. LeBron is then 2. And then it's a firm 2 though. There is no debate. LeBron James, the second greatest basketball player of all time. 3 is Kareem for me, just because you got to throw a center that's just dominant in there, who just has a ton of rings and MVPs and everything. So Kareem's in there for me. I don't have Wilt in this list now that I look back, but that guy don't have rings, so I don't care. He's not in it. Whatever. I got Kareem 3, Magic 4, Bill Russell 5, just because he has all those rings. I got Shaq 6, no particular order, 7 through 9. No particular order. Bird, Kobe, Tim Duncan, no particular order.
You have Kobe outside the top 5?
Dude, don't try to tell me Kobe. Like, I love Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe Bryant.
Oh my God.
You just cannot say he is. He only has 2 finals MVPs. And that is apparently the biggest statistic of all time. Everett, this is the thing. Personally, Kobe is my number 1 basketball player. Actually,
that's some BS. If he was your number 1, you wouldn't even have.
No. He's my number 2 behind LeBron James on a personal list, off of personal emotion, spirit, connection. I'm biased. I'm obviously heavily biased here, but Kobe is not a top 5 NBA player all time. He isn't.
You're about to get decked on the internet.
I'll get decked by LA people that I know. On the internet, people are on the internet. People are going to be like,
dude.
Oh, say that.
Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe Bryant. Those are always solidified top 3 players of all time in the NBA.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get destroyed. I'm posting that, and I want to prove you a point. How you are right now. Edit that. We're gonna get flagged. I'm gonna prove to you how ignorant you are by saying that. You're about to get eviscerated by saying Kobe Bryant's the 3rd greatest basketball player of all time. But go on, defend yourself,
dude. It doesn't matter if he only has however many finals MVPs or whatever finals trophies. Kobe Bryant as a player generationalized the game. He changed the game. People might say, yeah, he was with Shaq for the first little bit, but by the time they got to their 3rd ring in that three-peat, it was Kobe's team, not Shaq. Kobe Bryant basically took things, and people make the argument Kobe Bryant basically is a replicant of Jordan, but he took things that Jordan did and made it into things that people copy to now, and they call it Kobe's shot. They call it Kobe's stuff, not Jordan stuff. They call it Kobe because Kobe did it much better than Jordan did it.
That's another clip. You're about to get destroyed for saying that Kobe did it better than MJ. Just based off stats, he didn't.
It doesn't have to be only based off stats.
Even based off your argument, impact the game.
Yeah, everybody's made a stat.
Who is the only NBA player to have his own just brand? Michael Jordan, Everett.
You realize Jordans are
Michael Jordan.
Nike, right?
Yes, but I'm saying it's its own subsidiary little company, whatever. They're trying to sell it as its own thing. That's Michael Jordan. They're Jordan shoes. They advertise them as Jordan shoes.
I'm not saying that
Kobe has his own shoes. Jordan has transcended the game, dude.
Yeah,
Jordan put the NBA to the point where it even is right now. Like,
I know. And I'm not saying
it started off with the Coke Raging Bulls, and then MJ did not do any of the Coke with the Bulls. He did not at all. MJ is not a party animal. He is not. He would never.
Well, okay, look, I did not say that Kobe was better than MJ.
You just said he did it better than MJ.
No, I said he did.
Yes, you did.
Things. No, I said.
Oh, you did not say certain things. Run that tape back. We're about to edit it back.
But he took things that Jordan did and made it into things that people copy to now, and they call it Kobe's shot. They call it Kobe's stuff, not Jordan stuff. They call it Kobe because Kobe did it much better than Jordan did it. I said the things that Kobe took from MJ,
he did better.
People say it's Kobe's stuff. They don't state MJ stuff.
Right here. The clip's flying right now. Right here.
Michael Jordan is by far a better player overall than Kobe Bryant. But Kobe Bryant, you cannot tell me, is not the 3rd best player in NBA history.
So many great clips, Everett. Everett, this is like, you're going to be texting me like, why'd you take this out of context? I didn't say Kobe was the 3rd best player. Yeah, you did. You said it like 8 times just right there. I'm putting that up on TikTok.
When you take things out of context, you cut out me saying words. That's what I say by out of context. Like the TJ Watt, Aaron Donald clip, you cut out me saying it can be argued statistically stating.
Yeah, so but then you also like put on like the video, whatever. Anyway, whatever. Just did better numbers wise. It's true.
Okay. I do have my 10 list right now if you want me to go over that.
Top 10 players? Yeah, do that. I'm just saying you're going to get destroyed saying Kobe's the 3rd greatest basketball player of all time. Okay. Get destroyed.
Dude, I mean, what, you're going to argue Wilt is there? Wilt averaged like 20
Wilt's not in my top 10. I told you that.
Kareem got the sky hook, everything. but Kareem is maybe the best center of all time, but he's not the third best player than all time. Even on that team, on the Lakers team, people could argue that Magic is better than Kareem.
Magic got carried by Kareem to his shit.
Yeah, the first
and
couple
Magic
of years.
Still changed the game. Magic put the NBA on. Magic, MJ obviously changed the NBA. Before Magic Johnson, nobody gave a shit about the NBA.
It's very true.
They were the Coke Raging Bulls back then, Everett.
They were the Coke Raging Lakers. You've seen winning time, I mean.
On the Mount Rushmore of NBA players, you got to put
the Coke
MJ, LeBron,
and the Coke Raging Bulls.
And the Coke Raging Magic Johnson NBA Lakers. Yeah, you have to put Magic on that list just from what he did.
So
go to your top 10.
The top 10 that I have in no particular order.
No, right? put at least tier them. Put them in some categories. You know, at least give me your top 3, and then you can just tier them a little bit. But
the top 3 that I have, I'm in no particular order. KD, LeBron, Giannis. It would go Giannis, Giannis, KD.
Well, thank you for ranking it.
After that, just by the way that it's happened, Steph, then Luka. So same as you. Okay.
I had Jokic in there, not KD, but that's okay.
Then
because Jokic is kind of.
Yeah. Then I have Jokic at 6. I would accept Jokic.
I think that top 6 you could change it in whatever order, but I think that top 6 is a firm top 6. I think after that there's a drop off. That's me. This
is where we're gonna get a little bit wild. Normally speaking, in a normal year, I would put Dame in my top 10, but I'm not gonna do that. I know that's how I'm gonna get flamed. But I do love Dame Lillard. In no particular order.
Was he hurt last year? I swear I haven't heard news.
Yeah,
from Lillard.
I think he got hurt, but also the Blazers
I actually traded CJ. Yeah.
So and that was my top 6. So this 7 through 10 is in no particular order because I really can't put an order on it. But Embiid, Paul George.
Stop the list. End the list. No,
dude,
I'm not.
Paul George is the only reason why the Clippers got.
Why do you say Paul George, dude?
Paul George,
dude, top 10 playoff P. Playoff
P. He played pretty well in that playing game though.
Dude, playoff P.
That's pandemic P you're thinking about.
Dude, no, it changed to pandemic P. You know what playoff P came from, right? He says, call me playoff P.
Yeah, it sucks.
Dude, you cannot say Paul George.
I'm looking at the whole season. Look at the whole season.
You can't say that. Paul George. He's not even the best player on his team. You can't put him before Kawhi.
Kawhi didn't play this year.
Dude, Paul George. Okay, come on. I'm curious I'm curious to hear who else is better than Jayson Tatum. Paul George and who else?
Jimmy Butler and Devin Booker.
Oh. Okay. All right. I already said my piece, so I'm not gonna respond to that. Well, that's this. Okay, we're enough on the players. Real quick, Everett, I want you to defend your coach debate here.
Okay. What's my coach debate?
You tell me. Well, what did you tell me the other day? What do you think about Steve Kerr?
Oh, well, okay. So this was in a moment of me just looking through his stats.
No. Tell me.
I am.
What about Steve Kerr?
So I was curious if it could be argued that Steve Kerr is like one of the top coaches in NBA.
No. What was the real argument?
No, that's what the argument was.
Is Steve Kerr the greatest coach of all time? I was like, what? What did you say? What did you say?
I was asking the question if people could debate that, which is not the case.
And then I said, God, no, definitely not. And then he responded, perfect.
Yeah, because I
like you had some Bill Nye the Science Guy explanation here as to why Steve Kerr is a top 3 coach of all time. Okay, I came up with a list of coaches. This is my top 5, and we'll see. We'll get to the 5th one. It's kind of funny. First, I gotta say Phil Jackson.
Okay, good.
3 3-peats, and yeah, he literally was playing with some of the greatest teams in NBA, coaching some of the greatest teams in NBA history, but still 3-3-peats.
Just
Phil, we'll give it to Phil. We'll give it to Phil.
Imagine going from the Chicago Bulls with Jordan to going to the Lakers with Kobe.
Shaq and Kobe.
Shaq.
And then he topped it off with another 2-peat that he was in the finals and could have 3-peat, but they lost the Celtics.
But like, dude, just imagine like that job transfer. One, you're going from Chicago to LA, and two,
talk about it, life upgrade. Okay, life upgrade.
You're going from
the Coke Raging Bulls to the Lakers.
Dude, like that might be one of the most impressive like job upgrades ever. Well, I shouldn't say job upgrades, but like transfers.
Oh yeah, perfect swap.
One team for the other.
Perfect switch. Yeah. So I got Phil 1, 2, Popovich, Greg Pop.
Yeah.
5 rings. Yes, once again, he had amazing players, but so did every coach. Okay. Yeah. Every coach has amazing players. If you're going to win multiple rings, you had amazing players. Okay. Third, don't know the guy's name, but I'm going to give it to that one Celtics coach that won all those rings with like Bill Russell. That guy probably has like 11 rings.
Oh, with Bill Russell, not the one who took him to the playoffs several times with in the 2010s.
Not Doc. No, not Doc. Not Doc Rivers. I'm talking the guy that won all the rings. Don't know his name, but you just got to give it to him just because he has all those rings. Number 4, Pat Riley. Okay. And this is, so Pat Riley was the Magic Johnson coach. This is also just why it's so goated. I could be wrong on this. I didn't look this up. I didn't actually like deep dive into this really well, but Pat Riley's last ship was in 2006 with Dwayne Wade and Shaq. And I could be wrong, but I think he only coached them for like 2 seasons, like out of retirement. And I think he was the president of the team, was like, we need a coach. We don't have it. Screw it. I'll just coach. And just did it. And then won a ring and was like, okay, I'm done now. Spoelstra. I could be wrong on that. But if that's true, Pat Riley is without arguably 3 Celtics guy gets bumped down to 4 just based off that story alone. Now for number 5, I don't know any more coaches, so this is where the list ends for me. I just ended at 4, but I can see an avenue where maybe Steve Kerr could end up 5 when it's all said and done if he wins like 2 more rings and coaches for.
What about the dude who?
But it'll be tough to beat that Pat Riley story. It will be tough. I'm gonna be honest. It will be tough.
What about
he has to beat that story?
What about the dude who coached the Detroit Pistons when they were good in like the 70s?
Yeah, I mean that guy's probably 5 right now. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I don't know NBA history. Like
no, I don't either.
Yeah, I mean to be completely honest, now that NBA Finals is over, like we might not talk about the NBA again until next May.
The only thing that we will talk about probably is when Chet gets drafted. But outside of that,
actually, after like we got the draft, might not talk about this for another 10 months, 9 months. Because this is all we got on basketball.
Also, once the season starts, we probably still won't even talk about it.
Like that's what I'm saying. We won't, because it'll be football season, and then it'll be college basketball. So like we got that, you know. I mean,
okay,
that's just kind of where we're at. To be honest.
Okay.
That's kind of that might wrap up the NBA though. That might be the last time I think about the NBA for a couple months.
I got
until the offseason rolls around.
Yeah, I got a thing on the NFL though.
Wait. Before we get to the NFL, because I feel like we'll have a ton of okay, sure. Say it.
Little fun fact. 15 out of the 56 Super Bowl winners in NFL history, which is 26% of the Super Bowl winners.
15 out of 66, is that what you said?
15 out of 56.
56.
So that's 26% of all Super Bowl winners have beaten the Vikings in the playoffs on their way to winning the chip. So that just, I'm like, obviously that means the Vikings losing, but just saying that means 26% of teams, if you go to the playoffs and you beat the Vikings, that's a hallmark for saying you might win the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm coming up with a quick fun stat off the top of my head. I think since 2016, either the Dodgers have won the World Series or lost to the eventual World Series since 2016. Every year. 2016, they lose to the Cubs. 2017, they lose in it to the Astros. 2018, they lose in it to the Red Sox. 2019, they lose first round by the Nationals. 2020, they win it. Last year, they lose to the Braves. Braves win it. So every year since 2016. 2015, I'm pretty sure the Royals win, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But since 2016, the Dodgers have either won or lost to the eventual World Series champ. So
that means unless they're in the series itself, the NL is the champion.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I mean, if you want, we can.
It's been an NL run recently. Right now, while we're on MLB topic, I don't have much to say, so we'll just do this right now.
I got you.
Okay. I just want to start off with Dodgers are slumping right now. And the lineup is like dead. And, you know, I expect this to happen. It happens every single year with the Dodgers. The lineup dies right around now, and they pick it up in like July, August, when people start caring and watching. That's when they start playing well.
So the lineup is dead, and Mookie Betts is literally dead. Like, he's on the IL.
He's on the IL with a cracked rib.
Broken.
I mean, Mook, come on, man.
What did he do? Did he run into like the...
I'm pretty sure he ran into someone. I wasn't watching the exact play. I probably should watch the rerun. People were telling me when they watch it, it's like he broke his rib off that. Like, it was like, what? I gotta blame this all on the vegan diet.
He needs more iron in the system.
This is all on the vegan diet, man.
He needs more iron in the system.
You're not you when you're hungry, Mookie, and you just need to eat some more meat, dog. You know.
Also,
I mean, let's look back to his best season in MLB with the Red Sox when he won MVP 2018. I bet that man was mashing on some fresh steaks. Boston seafood. Whatever the hell's out there. I don't know.
Some porterhouses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What you said. Yeah.
Also, quick round of applause for Tyler Anderson this past week. Should have had the game. Well, it was the game of his career either way. Should have had the
no. Should have had it. Yeah, no. Tip of the cap to Tyler Anderson. Right now, lineup is dead. Dodgers are slumping. But you know what? They're still first in the NL West, and they're still third best record in the MLB, and they're not even playing well right now.
Look, the one thing, their batters might be ice cold right now, and not in a good way. But their bullpen. The pen has been a little shaky, actually. The starters, just a bunch of no-name starters have came in and just been lights out. So shout out Tyler Anderson. Well, Craig
Heaney on the bump right now. He has given up a run.
Craig isn't doing too well still, although he did manage to save a game without letting up 2 runs at one point.
It's slowly but surely. You know,
he's in there. Dustin May was seen throwing out some pitches the other day, though. So,
yeah, if they can get May back, they just need starter help because Walker Buehler's on the IL. Treinen might be out for a bit, but with Walker out, Kershaw's back at least. But I mean, Walker might be out for a while, is what I'm hearing. He's going
to be out probably till August, I think.
Yeah, even that, I'm not even expecting him to be Walker when he comes back. But yeah, that's Dodgers right now. Trey right now is best hitter on the team, and right now, little Freddie Freeman talk. Okay, Freddie Freeman, you can prove to me right now while Mookie's on the IL, you have the opportunity to prove to me, personally me, and you want to impress me, Freddie. You have the chance to impress me and prove to me right now that you're worth the $180 million contract or however much money you're getting. Okay, you know what? I'll give you one more series to mess around. We got the Reds right now, but this weekend. Guess who the Dodgers are playing, Everett?
The Angels, the Freeway Series?
The Dodgers are going to Atlanta and playing the Braves. Freddie Freeman, in his first time back in Atlanta, you better prove to me this weekend, Freddie, why you're Freddie Freeman. You better prove to me why this weekend. You have the opportunity to prove to me by destroying your old team in Atlanta, by destroying them and proving them that they did you dirty by not even picking up the phone to offer you a contract in the offseason. You better prove it. Better prove it. You deserve it more than anybody to show up your old team and prove them they made a mistake. All right. So that's what I got to say. I'll let you mess around with the Red series. This is the warm up midweek series, but this weekend you better be turning it up, brother. You better be turning it up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I expect them to do well. Haven't they played the Braves once or twice already?
I have not played the Braves this year yet.
Okay, so it's a revenge game, one way or the other.
Yep.
It's going to be a sweep, either way, I think.
Yeah, I prefer a sweep. Let's get those emotions flowing. Right now, the Braves are also red hot. I think they've won 13 straight. So, yeah, there's that to look out for. It's going to be a hot series. Dodgers slumping, Braves on the rise. Dodgers still have a better record. But, yeah, that's how it would be. Also, okay, real quick, one thing I just want to say. I was thinking about the other day. From about now until, August, for the next 6 weeks, this podcast is going to get interesting. We're going to have to get creative on the topics, Everett. All right. It's just baseball. We're going to have to become a USFL podcast.
We got OTAs.
We're going to have to become a USFL podcast.
No, okay? The USFL is in its playoffs right now.
Yeah. Let me check the schedule right now. Go on, get something going. Let me keep this.
All right. So I did have one last thing that I had planned for today, and it is actually related to soccer. Funny enough, the men's national team, the U.S. men's national team World Cup schedule has been set. Do you know what the schedule is?
Yes, I do actually. Next week is playoffs for USFL. We gotta do a preview.
No idea what's going on in the USFL, to be fair. So the first match that US plays is against Wales, November 21st. Next match is USA, England. And the following match, the final match, match day 3 is Iran.
USA, Iran! Let's go! Okay, real quick. Another fun fact. USA, England will be playing Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. So that will be fun. That will be fun. And I also just find it hilarious that they put the U.S. and England in a group with Iran. Find that hilarious. Just some historical beef. Just settle it in the World Cup.
Imagine if they had the English, because normally the World Cup's over the summer, right? It got pushed back.
It should be right now, actually.
Yeah. Imagine if the U.S. and England played on Independence Day in the United States.
On 4th of July. That'd be so funny. That'd just be god tier marketing too. That thing that'd be on every 4th of July derby. Everywhere. That game would be played. And if they had it scheduled, this year it's in Qatar. In 2026, it's gonna be in USA
and Canada.
So the summer, in all of America. It's in Mexico too, or all of North America. But I think there's 2 Mexican stadiums, 2 Canadian, and then 10 American or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. But the summer of 26 is going to be wild. Throw that on your calendars, right? 4 years from now.
When this podcast is at its peak.
Oh, yeah. I mean, by that time, we'll probably be out, making vlogs and stuff, going out there for all those events. So, yeah.
Got to get the passes.
Yeah. No, I mean, we'll have the pass by then for sure. Okay. Do you have anything you want to bring up? Because I have one last thing that I wanted to say.
That was it.
Okay. So we're recording this on Sunday, June 19th. By the time this comes out, we will know where the number 2 wide receiver in the class of 2023 is going. Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Bradenton, Florida, IMG Academy. Heard of them? Yeah. So he's their best receiver. He's announcing his commitment on Monday. And right now, Ohio State is rumored to pick up the 2 best receivers in the class of 2023, and Brandon Innes and Carnell Tate, both playing for South Florida Express. in Florida, Brandon Ennis out of American Heritage, Carnell Tate out of IMG Academy. These guys are ballers. And if Brian Hartline gets both of them, he is officially Brian Hart God. All I wanted to say. I'm not gonna speculate anything. We'll find out by next week's or next episode coming out in 2 days on Thursday. We'll know for sure, and you'll get the official reaction. But yeah, just want to point that out. But yeah, that's
Shout
all I
out
got.
Brian Hartline. You just won the weekend.
he might win. He might win the week. He might win the week. That NFL draft.
No.
10, 11, 12, man. 10, 11, 12.
You went 10, 11, 12.
53,000 views on TikTok. Don't hate the play, man. Hate the game, baby. Hate the game.
All right. I think
yeah, but next week's episode, we should have a special guest on. We're gonna have another wheel draft, which will be exciting.
Electric.
It'll be
I'll get a team that actually was in the positive.
And we'll have a third person add another dynamic into the wheel. So yeah, I think it'll be great next time. But yeah, that's kind of all we got.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you all in the next episode.
Peace.